Hello, everyone, and welcome to Online Presenters. We are an advanced Toastmasters Club that accelerates online presentation and leadership skills. Tonight's theme is school days. We are a global club with members joining from many countries around the world. Please be mindful of language and cultural sensitivity as we support one another's growth as communicators and leaders. A few housekeeping rules. This meeting is being recorded. If you prefer not to be included, please check the chat for opt-out instructions. And kindly mute your microphone.
In Jamaica, we have a phrase that says encouragement sweetens labor. And because of that, whenever somebody's doing an excellent job and striving on their path, we want to big them up.
Marianne completed 2 levels recently, and I believe they're the levels, were they the levels 1 and 2 in dynamic leadership or the levels 3 and 4 in effective coaching? Marianne, neither of those? Have I got the wrong
1
person?
and 2.
A distinguished club, a select distinguished club, or perhaps even a president's distinguished club. I don't think we're going to make Smedley because that means we have to have 25 members, but she has certainly helped us achieve our goals and she is achieving her goals as she does. So everybody please unmute and congratulate.
Hey, there we go. Formerly Cat Stevens, great song. Been in my head all night. I thought, yes, we've got to start with that. Schools have been around for a long time. They've been around in ancient times and thought to go back to ancient Mesopotamia over 4,000 years ago. I don't quite know how very clever people work things like that out. But anyway, they have existed in some form or other, it is thought, for thousands upon thousands of years, and believed to be called, in ancient Mesopotamia, tablet houses, where boys, what am I thinking? This is an international club. And later I'll be just showing some pictures of, not now, but later in the meeting, of, and we do have roles in Toastmasters. And that leads me on to the roles that we're having today and a very quick explanation of what they're going to be. We've had some juggling of roles, so fingers crossed I've got it right here. For Marianne will be Marianne Grady. Just really quickly, Marianne, tell us what you're going to do in 20 seconds or less. What about that? Of someone. Edification. So see if you can weave that in. Our timer will be Andre. Very briefly, Andre. We will have our topics master, Andy Byrne. Just briefly, what are you going to do there for us? And yes, we have our chat monitor, Dr. Sunny. Tell us what you're going to be doing. I love that. Dr. Sunny is so clever to keep bringing in that word of the day too. Do remember the word of the day. But now it is time for our first lesson. Our first lesson of the day, we have a guest teacher coming in for us. Her name is Alison Blakeman.
As a professional online presenter in my day job, Monday through Friday, sometimes overnight, sometimes weekends, sometimes holidays, can you see my screen? As a professional, I hate that because I want to say, dude, you're a professional. You should know how to screen share. So I started saying, can anyone not see my screen? Now, the second lesson I'm going to teach you today is Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. That is my demonstration for your edification today. I hope that helps you to improve your online presentations. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Now, it is time for, and our first speaker is going to be Graham Cairns. Just before I do introduce him, his evaluator is going to be Kritika. Are you ready to be his evaluator?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Don't be too hard on him. Speech from Effective Coaching. It's level 4, building skills, and the project is improvement through positive coaching.
One of the guilty pleasures that my wife and I share is watching dash cam videos, those recordings from in-car or in-truck cameras that show the egregiously bad driving of motorists around the world. And there's a specific subgenre of dashcam videos, often referred to as instant karma, where someone does something wrong and gets punished by the universe almost immediately. Drive down the emergency stopping lane just to get past the other cars? Nope, there are cops waiting to pull you up. But quite frankly, that is a complete misunderstanding of karma. as is the idea that I should do things so that karma will reward me. That's not how it works, or at least it is at best an incomplete understanding of the concept of karma. The personal view of karma, where intentional actions of body or speech or mind bring positive experiences in their train, and bad actions bring negative experiences. Buddhist ethics is based on the axiom that actions have consequences. But a good action is one that has good consequences for everyone and not just for oneself. So, what is enlightened self-interest, and what's that got to do with coaching? Well, enlightened self-interest is the idea that if you act in the interests of others, you benefit yourself.
Wonderful speech. Enjoyed it so much. Thank you, Graham. Now time for our second speaker, and that's going to be Joni Laidlaw. Joni, your evaluator is Marianne. Marianne, you set to go for this one? And her speech is called The Institutionalization of Education. Over to you, Joni.
But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. Now, this is actually a phrase that's attributed to Albert Einstein, but technically it wasn't. It's a misquote, but nobody, my religious education teacher, would say something. Now, am I saying that being argumentative as a student was a good thing? No. Institutionalization. See, institutionalization refers to two main distinct processes: the incorporation of ideas or behaviors into established social system, and the long-term placement of individuals into a facility. The aim is always to remember that everybody is a genius, and it is about finding your brilliance. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
A little quick look around the world. Why not? Because we're an international club. What a great idea. And it starts from a very young age, from these little guys up here, and it continues. And I've worked most of my career in special ed, students who may be nonverbal or whatever. And absolutely, we were terribly big on very, very practical things like learning to sweep the floor, because it not only teaches you to sweep the floor, but maybe teaches you to drop less things on the floor as well. This is an environmentally interesting school, and it's in the Philippines, and it's made entirely out of recycled bottles. And here the students get to zip line on their way to work, on their way to school, on their way to edification. And I reckon of all the schools, that's me there up on the zip line, and that is what I would like to do.
Table topics. We also have a change just a few days ago, and spring was on our calendar in the northern hemisphere, and you have just the opposite in the southern hemisphere. So the first question that I have is, who remembers their spring break when they were in school? What unique thing did you do? And let me call on Sherry Blake for that one.
The springtime, usually it fell around Easter. And that's what I basically did. But to this day, I wish I would have at least tried one spring break away from home where I was traveling, possibly going, and possibly it'll be a break for you. Back to you.
When they came to you and said, spring break is up, or we have a break in school, what are we going to do? What was your answer?
I haven't got no major plans for summer. But when it comes to it, I'm sure I will come up with something, because I'm a Toastmaster and a dad, and it helps.
Did you ever have any experiences with that for either yourself or your kids, if you have any? Did you ever go on an Easter egg hunt? And if so, tell me about it.
I remember, I think my mom kind of did it halfsies. Like she would set out eggs, maybe give us an Easter basket periodically, but we weren't, I was glad that I was able to help give her a positive memory because she's had a pretty hard childhood. So with that, I will pass. Thank you.
What do the teachers do during this time? Do they get to go on a break as well?
Public speaking at the local after-school center. in my neighborhood. It's actually less than a 2-minute walk, actually, to go there. And the kids seem to really enjoy it. And sometimes other students from surrounding schools get to do it.
Who remembers the show, Do You Want to Be a Millionaire? Someone's going to pay for your vacation. You get to create it. What kind of vacation do you want to have?
Yeah, if somebody is going to sponsor me for a vacation, I would definitely like to visit Europe.
Thank you very much for our topics this afternoon. It's this evening for you people, this morning for me. I don't know what time it is. Let's have a look at the times.
What did you think of Graham's speech?
Graham, you had an effective way of communicating your message. It was collaborative, comprehensive, and a little philosophical. This is a kind of nested loop story where one concept is taken and you wanted to enrich yourself with more of it, that you wanted to awaken our thoughts by giving a concept of nested loop, which is exactly what I wanted to show you here. Though there has been good amount of impression about your speech, I just wanted to give few information which I would like to, which I noticed during your speech. On an overall, I can see your liberating statement, enlightened self-interest, has actually got into our minds, and this is what we wanted to take away, and you exactly did it.
And then went on to show us how we traded enjoyment for perfection. Education should spark curiosity, not compliance. And again, you added oodles of vocal variety. You really made us think. And then you said prep meets practice. This was an excellent speech with a lot of things to think about.
Something that occurred. So what occurred that I wish, and I did take a screenshot, but I don't know how to put it here, is I love how Kurthika's hair was blowing in the wind. I loved it. I was ready for a photo shoot, but her hair was just blowing and it just looked wonderful. So I wish I could have put the picture here to show everyone. Now I know that.
But, it does have it a little bit. He said a goldfish has a 6-second attention span, which is longer than ours. And I remember that. Sometimes I think that I thought they had about a 7 gram. And yes, it's just, he gave us a lot of good information. And I guess I would have to stretch it out for you to actually see it. But I do like the fact that he loved teaching, since this theme was school days. So bravo to you, Graham. And please, if you'd like to.
Thank you, Sunny. Or let's see, Marianne, you were not only an evaluator this evening, you were also our grammarian. So did we talk good?
And she used the word headstrong, which I liked very much. Sunny also used a good word, which was smorgasbord. Smorgasbord. Back to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Annie. And that opens the door for me to say, hey, opportunity to be Toastmaster of the day another time, maybe World Teachers Day, World Education Day. Looking forward to our speech-a-thon. We already have 4 people signed up. We have 6 slots, so only 2 remaining. Run in and grab yours. You know what to do, but I'll call on Graham after so we can discuss it. With that, I now adjourn our meeting.